as you thumb through pages.
Thumb through a book.
As you thumb through a book here. Speaking of books, welcome back to Mr. and Mrs. Play Do Aragami, or Mr. and Mrs. Do Aragami. I have not really decided, but...
I like Mr. and Mrs. Play Do Aragami.
We can do that then. That might be what it is. So, I chose this game originally because...
It's Badass Ninja.
It is Badass Ninja. I'm a huge sucker for Asian-inspired feudal Japan. The art style is very, very bright in a game based around shadows, which is a fantastic juxtaposition in my book. And yeah, so I chose this game because of that, and because it's also got the same premise of a series of books that you and I both very, very much enjoyed, done by Brent Weeks, called the Night Angel Trilogy. I was about to call it the Shadow Trilogy for some reason.
No, that's wrong.
You're behind a lot of stuff, so you should be dead.
Totally
Totally wrong. Yes, and I've read the Night Angel Trilogy a ton of times. You're actually flipping through the separate books because I was like, oh, I should...
Because he bought them individually, lent them out to his friends and family. They never came back, so then he bought a box set.
And then after that,
Barnes & Noble.
I also picked up the... what is it version? I picked up, like, the omnibus... Like, this one has everything version in it, including, like, his notes and what he was thinking and edits and stuff like that.
Yeah, just about every single version of this except the hardback goals.
Do they have a hardback?
Did it ever come out? I don't know if it ever came out.
I don't think it ever came out in hardback.
I made that up. I don't know. The first one came out in 2008. So these books really aren't that old. Brent Weeks is an American author. It's his pen name.
We're not going to give out his real name just because... I mean, you can probably look it up if you ever wanted to, but I don't know the man well enough.
He has a fun Facebook page and a little daughter that he comments about on Facebook. She's hilarious. Would love to meet her in person.
Did you see today's post from him, by the way? We're going to do this. We're going to date this episode. It's the 12th of January. Did you see his Facebook post today about his daughter?
Nope. What did she do today?
She wrote her name neatly, legibly, and almost in a completely straight line. He couldn't have been prouder.
But...
On the couch.
Aww. And what?
I don't know. It just said it was just like, I could not be more proud of my daughter. She did
blood.
that went really dark.
You're welcome.
All right.
It's kind of a dark game.
It is but it's so bright. It's so lovely and bright.
I know.
So the Night Angel Trilogy is it's very, very much a hero's tale, an inheritance series, if you would. Pretty much, you have a main character, orphan on the street, gets taken in by master wet boys who are assassins that can use magic, and becomes a singular badass known as the Night Angel. However, most wet boys call themselves Night Angels, if I'm not mistaken from the books.
It's like a Night Angel versus the Night Angel.
Yes, that's a very good way to put that. And it's fantastic. It's Brent Weeks' first foray into this world, and I have to say I love it from every single aspect of it, because he not only captures oh shit. Quick side note, this is my skill points, so when you guys see me with my cool abilities, that's how I get them. I have to find those things. So if I ever clear out an area and you're like, what are you doing hanging around here, which I might do off screen, I'm probably looking for a skill, that way I don't I can hide bodies, which right now is really helpful from letting the guards kill me. So you have the Night Angel, which is, I'm gonna say the ultimate arbinger of justice in the weirdest way possible.
Judgment.
Okay, you're right, judgment. But wouldn't you say justice as well?
Judgment.
Okay.
Judgment, ideally delivering justice.
Okay.
But your role is judgment.
That should... Woo. And it's fantastic. He nothing in his books, his new series either, is left up to... left up as ambiguous or just completely out there. For instance, he explains magic. He explains how everything works. So it's not like, but whoa, what do you mean they can just throw a fireball?
Yeah, like, this is how it works. This is why it works. This is why different people have different capacities. This is how things get replenished. And it's a really nice just explanation. Also, it's kind of in fantasy feudal Japan. Lots of references to, like, rice paper walls and bamboo this.
And that's like the primary city where
Clay
all the
tile
takes,
that.
where the main city takes place. So I think the other cities they go to, they get a little bit more European in design, the wealthier it gets.
Yes, but in like the main country, specifically the main city, is kind of very, very like medieval, but yet fantasy feudal Japan. I realize I'm clashing a bunch of things with the word medieval, but I like it. It's plots inside of plots, and it's not like, and they all lived happily ever after. No, people die, and they are conniving, and I love it. It's not quick and easy.
It is.
They suffer, and that makes me sound like a terrible person. But like, I want growth. I want growth that's more than just like, and they walked alone in the rain, and that's when everything kind of came together. And
baptism.
Yeah, like I don't want baptism through a rainstorm. Like I want some serious struggle. Like,
oh boy, does he provide that?
and there's a lot of that. And there's plots inside of plots, and you're guessing like this is their motivations. Then holy shit, you didn't even know this other thing over here. And yeah. Mr. Play started reading this, as you said, like, when you came back from basic.
Yeah, I got that.
So
like,
he was still in high
bookstore.
school. I was definitely still in. I might have been a freshman in college at that point. I'm older. Hi. So I may or may not have like. Oh, he's like, oh yeah, this is the book. It's really cool. And while he's like off at work, like I'm just gonna like lay on the couch and totally like read your book, and may or may not have stolen it from him. I'm like, I promise I'll bring it back when I come home for spring break. I like you. Bye. So played catch up a little bit. Yeah, we just kind of like shared, kind of sort of sharing. I say sharing. It's he let me read it, and occasionally I would just like leave his house with the books in hand. Not sorry, to play catch up.
I love that ability.
But we get to see the main character. He starts out as a kid. He's like 6 at the time. He goes by the name Azoth. And once he becomes an apprentice to a master wet boy, he takes on the name Kyler, and we know him as Kyler for the remainder of the trilogy.
Kyler Stern, right?
Kyler Stern. But without giving too much away, Kyler grows up and becomes a bona fide badass. Grows a lot physically, emotionally, magical powers.
Oh my god!
All around good read.
Man, those magical powers. I was going to talk about more of it. Like we can go into some stuff in it that are.
What things would you like to go into next?
So the biggest reason I chose this game for that is because it's called The Way of the Shadows. So obviously there are a lot of things.
We can see some correlations here. It's an obvious choice.
And one of the things, like for Wet Boys, like the book has mages. Let's first not completely discount all magic, because it has mages. It has people who can like throw a fireball and do those atypical things. What is it? This
Witchfire, but with a Y, not an I.
Yes, and it is. They do it very, very well when he sits there and depicts between the two different things that give you all of your powers, and it's. Please say his body still went away. Okay, sorry, I threw him over the edge, and then he was
stop
like,
talking. I'm like, I can't help you right now.
Well, he was
Don't let him die in the light.
Nope, I have just enough. Anyway, so like as you see here, shadows, Way of the Shadows. One of the things Wet Boys do is, like we said, or we said in a previous recording that we've since scrubbed, the big difference between an assassin and a Wet Boy is Wet Boys can use magic. Assassins have targets. Wet Boys have debtors. Once a Wet Boy takes a contract, you're already dead. That's just it.
You're good as dead.
I think Durzo said, I think, just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are
just a walking corpse.
Yeah, you just don't know it. What are you doing, boss?
They're watching each other's backs.
Yeah, but he's just like tweaking the hell out.
He He doesn't know which way he wants to go. He's being hyper vigilant and
He
indecisive.
is.
I don't know what I want to do.
Might have to let a body get found for a second.
Yeah, lure him away.
Oh, goddamn. Anyway, and the assassins can use talent, which is magic for them, in a number of different ways, as from making them stronger, faster.
Illusions.
Make
disguises.
them disguises, and one of the big things they do is they will make themselves look like shadows, and they will. Oh, I could have aerial killed him. They will sit there and cast a shadow over themselves in order to
remain undetected.
I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze, and that's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, they will do that to, like... Oh my god, you two. Dude, hey, there you go. Thank you. Good boy. They will cast shadows over themselves, much like you see right here, where the Aragami in me is trying to...
Hidden in the shadows.
That was my shadow blade right there.
I was gonna say, like, well, how did he was there, and then he just kind of like dropped his sword in agony. I didn't know what happened.
Just a little bit of a glitch in the game.
Okay.
And that's what they'll do, is they'll cast shadows on themselves, and it's really cool when you think about it, because they can't go, as far as you know, they cannot go invisible. They can obscure themselves as much as possible.
You're just like casting, like you're just like throwing illusions around, just throwing like a little invisibility cloak without going too Harry Potter with it. Yeah, it's really good. Totally should read it. Lots of growth, lots of magic, lots of death, armies clashing, legends being born, magic. I say that in a slightly bored tone, but I really absolutely...
Dots on your cape represent the remaining uses.
Ah, the more you know. You have no dots on your cape.
Okay, well, I can do aim at enemy units and lit to cast shadows. Reveal nearby enemies. Nope. Summon a decoy. I can grant temporary visibility. Throw a wave of shadows that blind enemies in front of you. I kind of want to do that one.
Okay.
Shadows, hold, circle. So, oh shit. I like that.
Look at you about to get a lot cooler.
I am.
Yeah. Alright, you wanna...
Yep, you're good.
Alright, winners. If you have your... What's your favorite sci-fi fantasy book? We've been talking about Brent Weeks, and, like, obviously we're a bunch of, like, fanboys, fangirls, crazy fans for him and his work. Love your work, Brent. Remember that, you're the best. But what's your favorite, winners? Would love to hear what you have to say. But if you like this episode, don't forget to like us, comment, Facebook, subscribe, do those things, Mr. Play.
Remember, you're all winners out there.
Keep it weird, and we'll see you next time.